Good afternoon. I'm County Executive Ken Jenkins, and today is March 31st. It's Monday, and today we're going to have our weekly update. We're certainly going to be graced by the Tuckahoe Village Deputy Mayor, Kara Cronin, who's going to discuss issues in the community. Certainly, our Deputy County Executive, Richard Wishney, will be up talking everything parks, but more importantly, he has some other great information he's going to bring up as well about our household recycle days. Now that the weather is breaking and we're getting all of those weekend projects, it'll be a great opportunity to talk with our Deputy Commissioner Lou Vitrone. We'll have our Westchester County Commissioner of the Department of Community Mental Health, Michael Orth, who will come up and talk about April being Autism Acceptance Month, and specifically talking about Project Lifesaver. And certainly I think he's going to have a guest with Bonnie Clark, who's going to come up as well and speak about Project Lifesaver and the experience there. I wanted to start today by recognizing and remembering a great friend of Westchester who passed away after a battle from cancer, Jerry Shapiro, who was a New Rochelle native, lived in Scarsdale, did so many great things. She started her political career working for U.S. Senator Hillary Clinton when she was 59 years old. She followed up working with Senator Clinton and then worked for Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. She was known for being a tremendous community volunteer and activist in Westchester, and she certainly had one of the criteria being one of the oldest members of staff in Congress. She worked with good friends of ours that are in the room with us today, Bill Weitz, who was Chief of Staff to Congressman Elliot Engel, and certainly one of the things, again, Jerry's work in the community, and whether that was for community activities, whether it was in Indian Point, where she was a renowned expert for all of the work she did for both senators, Senator Clinton and Senator Gillibrand, in her work in leading the efforts in what was eventually the shutdown and closure of Indian Point. Her encyclopedic knowledge of Indian Point and all those things that are surrounded that are being greatly missed. So today, her funeral services were this morning at 11 o'clock. Hillary Clinton, Senator Hillary Clinton, Secretary of State Clinton, established the Jerry Shapiro Empowerment Fund in her honor, and the Shapiro family is requesting people to donate to that fund on behalf of Jerry Shapiro. Again, the Jerry Shapiro Empowerment Fund. It's a tremendous loss for all of us in Westchester and certainly around the state of New York. May her memory continue to be a blessing for all of us. Jerry Shapiro, who passed away on Saturday from cancer. So we want to keep her family and her friends and our thoughts and our prayers, and again, making sure if we want to contribute on her memory for Jerry Shapiro Empowerment Fund that was founded by Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. What we're going to do now is we're going to move to our municipal guest today. Up here today to talk about the village of Tuckahoe. It's 7,100 residents in the town of Eastchester. Certainly an exciting village that we have been blessed as well to have a trustee that is a part of our team, who is the executive director of our Veteran Service Agency, Josh Gascione, who's also a trustee. We have so many things that happen with that. And also another good friend of ours who was also a Westchester County employee who's retired now from the Department of Correction, and that is Darrell Taylor, who is also here in the house with us, giving support to our next guest that we're going to actually ask her to come up, the Deputy Mayor from the village of Tuckahoe, Kara Cronin. So Kara, it's always good seeing you.
Nice to see you. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. My name is Kara Cronin, and I am the Deputy Mayor in Tuckahoe. I'm here on behalf of Mayor Omaira Andino, who sends her regrets as she was called away in an emergency. I'm here to talk about some of the wonderful things happening in the village of Tuckahoe. You may not be familiar with Tuckahoe. It is a small but mighty village in southern Westchester. We boast an impressive 7,100 residents in just 0.65 miles square. And the village was a marble industry powerhouse in the last century. So some of our marble can be found in the world's most beautiful buildings, including St. Patrick's Cathedral, the New York Public Library downtown, and the Washington Monument. So it is known for its beautiful white marble. It is because of this industry that our village boasts not one but with 2 Metro North stations and 2 distinct business districts, 2 downtown areas. Recently in the village, we've begun the transformation of our Depot Square thanks to a $1 million grant from Congress. We've already started work with curbing and lighting infrastructure in the area, and this coincides nicely with other infrastructure work that we've done over the last 4 years. We paved almost all of our roads and all of our parking lots. We've redone some of our sewers and catch basins, so there's a lot happening downtown in Tuckahoe. The village is proud to be designated a tree city, and we have an incredibly active environmental and sustainability committee. We have just installed in the last few years 34 EV charging stations, and we recently secured a $75,000 grant from NYSERDA to purchase our first electric vehicle in the village. Our partnership with Sustainable Westchester has entered a new phase, reinforcing our commitment to a greener future and more sustainable life for our residents. Additionally, interest in our newly established community garden continues to flourish, and this was a project by a young man named Christopher Sprinkle, who's an Eagle Scout, and he really just did a wonderful job. And I just want to take the time to thank our DPW, who worked in tandem with him and the Sustainability Committee to make this community garden happen. We are also proud to announce that we are now ready to have our grand reopening of our newly renovated state-of-the-art library, which boasts a new laptop bar, a teen room, a new children's library, and some newly added meeting spaces. This was all in thanks to the hard work of our village staff, our village administrator, the library staff, and the library board, but also to the many grants and sponsorships from our partners in government, including Assemblywoman Amy Paulin, State Senator Shelley Mayer, and of course, our support from Westchester County, and we are very thankful for that. We are having a grand opening celebration scheduled for next month, but we invite everyone to come by and see what is going on at our new library. We have some really great programs too, including yoga, tai chi, art classes, ukulele lessons, and a Dungeons and Dragons club for teens. The ukulele lessons are incredibly popular. Tuckahoe is thriving, and I'm very excited about its future. It remains a great place to live and work and do business. If you haven't visited us, we have some of the best restaurants in the county, and I know everyone says that, but ours are really the best. We have a race called the Tuckahoe Challenge. It's a 5K race. This yielded this year a record-breaking 700 participants, and more than $25,000 was raised to support our library renovations. So it's a great thing to come out. We also hosted our first pizza cook-off, which was excellent, and is sponsored by the Generoso Pope Foundation and the Pizza Cook-Off Association, if you knew that there was one. We also have free summer movies in the park, outstanding fireworks in July, an exciting creepy candy crawl, which is our Halloween parade, which boasts a haunted trolley if you want to come by and see that, and a lovely winter fest sponsored by our recreation department. As we look ahead, we have taken significant steps in the future of Tuckahoe with our comprehensive plan, which we are working on right now. We held our first public forum on December 4th, and the second one just last week. In these, we got input from key stakeholders, and we had dozens and dozens of participants come out and let us know what they think about the future of Tuckahoe. We are grateful to all of the people who participated. The success of these initiatives are only possible because of the people who live and work in the village, the people who volunteer, and all of the people who work for us. So I want to just take a moment to say thank you to our DPW staff, our sanitation and public works superintendent, the police department, the police chief, and our village administrator, and all of our village staff. They work hard every day, and they make it such a wonderful place to live and work. So just thank you. I really appreciate the ability to come out here and to talk a little bit about what's going on in the village of Tuckahoe. These successes and initiatives are only possible because of everyone chipping in. Together, we work to build a community that values sustainability, inclusivity, and progress. But before I go, I just want to say, wish all who celebrate a wonderful Eid Mubarak, and I would like to also wish those who celebrate a happy Passover and a good Easter and Holy Week. And I thank you all for allowing me this opportunity to speak with you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's always hard because we get everything jumbled up together. First, we want to thank Kara Cronin, the Deputy Mayor of the Village of Tuckahoe. Certainly Mayor Andino has sent a great person to represent the village this afternoon, and with our colleagues on the Village Board of Trustees, Josh Cascione, Darrell Taylor, and again, everyone that works so hard in the Village of Tuckahoe. I just have to tell you that besides the really good restaurants, I said it has also my favorite shoe shop in the world, right? So I personally go to Tuckahoe to go to Frank to make sure everything gets taken care of at the train station right by Crestwood, which is actually in Tuckahoe. It's not in Yonkers. I mean, it's in Tuckahoe, and you can always pick up some good candy right from Frank because he always has that stand in there. But it is a very, very dynamic village. The Generoso Pope Foundation, as Deputy Mayor Cronin pointed out, is located across from the Tuckahoe train station in the Village of Tuckahoe, and the Generoso Pope Foundation does so many tremendous things for our Italian-American community and things like that. So again, thank you so much, Karen, for bringing that information from the Village of Tuckahoe, and we certainly look forward to the continued success of Tuckahoe as they continue to move forward in challenging things, as well as the point out ukulele lessons. I'm not sure about ukulele lessons, but you know, I'm going to believe Kara Cronin when she says that they are very popular. I'm not sure for myself. I don't know, but I've never heard that before. But I will be there with so many other people in celebrating the opening and the reopening of the Tuckahoe Village Library after the tremendous support that's been put into it. It is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to continue to connect to all of our Westchester residents, and the Village of Tuckahoe is outstanding to visit in. So again, hopefully everyone will have an opportunity to take advantage of that in one or the second train station, either Crestwood or Tuckahoe, or making sure, because it's right off of the Bronx River Trailway, and you have an opportunity to participate with the Village of Tuckahoe. So again, thank you so much. At this time, I'm going to turn over to our Deputy County Executive, Richard Wishney, who's going to bring us some additional information. Deputy County Executive.
Thank you, sir. Today we have a special guest with us to talk about the two upcoming household recycling days. Those are important days. People really participate dramatically in that opportunity, and at this time I'd like to welcome up to the podium our Deputy Commissioner, Department of Environmental Facilities, Lou Vitron. Hi, Lou.
Hi, thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, County Executive, Deputy County Executive. So just in time to assist our residents with spring cleanup projects, we have Department of Environmental Facilities has two upcoming Household Recycling Day events. The first one is on April 26th at FDR State Park in Yorktown, and then we'll have another one the following week. They're both Saturdays. The next one's on May 3rd at Sprainridge Park in Yonkers. They're both from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And residents do not have to register to come to these events. You could just show up with all your items, and residents can take virtually anything that's not accepted curbside. You can take to these events, and that includes. And I have to look at my list for this: household cleaning supplies, fertilizers, pesticides, textiles, latex and oil-based paints, fluorescent bulbs, tires, medications, electronic waste, mercury-containing devices, freon-containing appliances. I'm sure I missed some things. So for a full list, you can go to a full list of what's accepted at these events. You can go to environment.westchestergov.com or call the county's recycling helpline at 914-813-5425. Also at these events, you can bring documents for shredding. There's shredding services at these events as well. So that's April 26th at FDR State Park, May 3rd at Sprainridge Park. Now, I will say there are wait times at these events. They're extremely popular. We get a lot of people, and you may have to wait in line. If you want to bring the same material and not wait in line, the county has a household material recovery facility run by the Department of Environmental Facilities. It's known as the HMRF. It's on the Valhalla campus in Valhalla. It's open from Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can take the same items that you take to the HRD events, you can take to the HMRF, but you do need a reservation to come to the HMRF, and you can make a reservation again by going to environment.westchestergov.com or calling the recycling helpline at 914-813-5425. Also, to help those yard spring projects, we have 4 compost giveaway events. The Department of Environmental Facilities will be holding 4 compost giveaway events in April. This Saturday, April 5th, we'll be holding the first compost giveaway event of the year at Wilson's Woods Park in Mount Vernon, and that's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The following week, on Sunday, April 6th, the following day, on Sunday, April 6th, we have an event at Glen Island Park in New Rochelle, again, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then there's 2 more in April. On Wednesday, April 9th, there's an evening compost giveaway event, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And on April 27th, at the H. Murph in Valhalla, from both of those events, the April 9th and the April 27th, are at the H. Murph in Valhalla. The second event on the 27th is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. All of this information, I gave a lot of information, a lot of dates. They're all available at environment.westchestergov.com. You do need to go on the website to make a reservation to come to one of the compost giveaway events. But if you do that and you come to the event, all residents who come to the event will receive 2 bags of compost for their yards. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, that was First Deputy Commissioner Lou Vitrone, and talking about the household recycle days that are coming up on April 26th and then follow on May 3rd. It's certainly that time of year. On Saturday, I know some of us hit into the mid-70s, and some folks looked around their house, their apartment, and said, wow, it's time for spring cleanup. I tried to run away as quickly as possible, but again, those household recycle days, as First Deputy Commissioner Lou Vitrone mentioned, are extremely popular. And it is not unusual to have lines to wait for any of those things. And again, that list of materials, the things that you can bring to household recycling days, right from textiles, meaning old clothes, instead of throwing those out into the waste stream. This is another way of reducing items that go into our waste stream, to be able to recycle the textiles. All of us probably have a paint can or 2 around the house that we need to dispose of appropriately. You can bring those to the household recycle days, and all those shredding things. I personally keep a box in a particular area of the house with things that I want to bring to the shred mobile when we have those events, wherever they happen to be able to get rid of those documents safely and securely, including credit cards. It takes those in as well. So for those of you that, instead of cutting them up that way, they bring them to the shred mobile, and it will get shredded down specifically for that. And again, also, there's also for those household recycle days, taking in prescription drugs to make sure that those don't end up in the waste stream as well. The Department of Environmental Facilities make sure that we keep as much things out of our waste stream as possible, and it's up to all of us to be able to recycle those things together. As far as the composting days are concerned, and at the HMRF, you can also make an appointment to actually pick up compost at the HMRF to be able to do those kind of things. But I will tell you that my wife always tells me how powerfully nutritious that compost is, and that compost is, at this time of year, we got people planting, the garden things going on, the annuals that are going in the garden right now. So this gives people an opportunity to get that compost for free. Again, you could pick those up as well. So again, take advantage of those household recycle days as they come up, the 26th and then May 3rd, as well as the compost giveaways, including an exciting evening giveaway from 4 to 7, which is rare. But so this is new, so we're trying some new things out, and we'll see how that goes. But again, thank you so much, Lou, for bringing that information to us. We're going to switch gears because we want to make sure that, as tomorrow is April 1st, that we are going into April, and it is Autism Acceptance Month, as well as talking a bit about Project Lifesaver. So we're going to ask our Commissioner of Community Mental Health, Michael Orth, to come up and give us some information about Autism Acceptance Month and Project Lifesaver.
Thank you, County Executive. Appreciate it. I'm going to have my guest join as well. This is a great honor in joining County Executive Jenkins, Deputy County Executive Wishney, and all the guests in launching Autism Acceptance Month. I'm joined this afternoon by DCMH colleagues, Deputy Commissioner Joe Glazer, Special Assistant Bill Weitz, and I would also like to acknowledge 2 really important people at DCMH, Michelle Armisto and Matthew Faulkner, who from our team work with all of our valued service providers, school districts, peers, and advocates, providing critical resources for our residents, including education, advocacy, respite, treatment, employment, residential, and the full array of important services. There has been much focus on the prevalence of autism in our country. 1 in 36 children in the U.S. have autism, up to the previous rate of 1 in 44 and 1 in 45 adults. We as a society have made great advances in the awareness, screening, diagnosis, and early intervention in our communities. Autism can be reliably diagnosed by a specialist by age 2, but the average age of autism diagnosis in our country is 4.9 years, and in New York State it's actually 2.8 years. So we're doing a better job in New York State identifying and getting interventions to our residents. What we hope to move towards is going beyond awareness to acceptance. Autism Acceptance Month is time to celebrate the culture, the diversity of the autistic community, and promote acceptance and better understanding. Some of the key areas to focus on include, arguably the most important and critical, acceptance starts within the family. Autism acceptance within the family involves recognizing and embracing neurodiversity and honoring each individual's needs and strengths. Also in the classroom, students with autism may have different learning styles and needs compared to their neurotypical peers. And finally, also in the workplace, people with autism have valuable skills and strengths that can contribute to the workplace. Other areas that we're focusing on include promoting representation of voices of those with autism in the media and other public spaces, and also accommodations for sensory needs in public spaces. A lot of the work I just mentioned is going on in Westchester County, in our communities throughout Westchester County. But autism awareness and acceptance are not just buzzwords or trendy slogans. It's not a checkbox we complete once a year. Autism acceptance in action means actively promoting, understanding, accommodation, and inclusion for people with autism in all areas of life. By putting autism acceptance into action, we can create a world, a county, and communities that truly celebrates and values neurodiversity. As the county executive mentioned, today we would like to highlight an important resource for our residents called Project Lifesaver. Project Lifesaver is a collaboration between the Department of Community Mental Health, Department of Public Safety, and Westchester Jewish Community Services. The program can serve up to 100 children and young adults who wander to keep them from safely using electronic devices individuals wear on their wrists or their ankles. Should someone become lost, specially trained and equipped Westchester County public officers can locate them by tracking radio signals transmitted by the device. And with us today is our contact person at WJCS, Isabel Peterson. And just to share her number for those parents who are interested, 914-761-0600, extension 2230. And thank you, Isabel, for your work. And probably the most important role in all of this is the role of a parent. And with us today, I want to introduce Bonnie, who's someone who is a parent and who's been involved with Project Lifesaver, to share her story. But before I do that, I just want to thank our county executive, our deputy county executive for their leadership, their support in this work, and always prioritizing the health and wellness of our residents. Thank you. Bye.
Hi, my name is Bonnie Clark, and I'm a parent of an autistic, nonverbal young man. We have been with Project Lifesaver for the past 11 years. It has given me an extra peace of mind that my son will be found quickly by the county police. He is unable to communicate, so this program can locate a person who may wander or get lost. I want to thank Westchester County and Project Lifesaver for continuing to support this program and to continue with many other programs that help all disabled individuals. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, first, thank you, Bonnie, for sharing your story specifically regarding Project Lifesaver. Project Lifesaver she's been participating in Project Lifesaver for the past 11 years. When I was on the Board of Legislators was when Project Lifesaver started, and the example they did, they sent two police officers from Public Safety, from the Department of Public Safety, one with the monitor on, and then they sent them basically out and about, and then they utilized the technology to identify that person, and they found them within minutes. And again, to have the peace of mind, especially in the case of nonverbal autistic children or anyone that's in that condition, it is so very important to do. So the project continues, and we're going to continue to support that. Thank you so much again for sharing your story, but also Isabel for the work that you do in leading that effort in the Department of Community and Mental Health Services. And Commissioner Orth starting off with to have Autism Acceptance Month, and to be able to recognize, again, these are all members of our family, our human family, and we need to put our arms around and embrace everyone. So again, it's an opportunity for us to continue to make sure to do what we do so well in Westchester, but all around the world, to make sure that we have autism acceptance. As I was pointing out, we've done such a tremendous job in the state of New York, where the average diagnosis is at 4.9 years old, and in New York State it's 2.8. That means that we got to continue that work, because the earlier that we can identify, then we can have interventions to be able to help people have lives that are productive and be able to help support families in these challenging times. So again, we have to continue to do this work. In Westchester, we are more than 1,000% committed to continuing to make sure we're supporting our families through the Department of Community and Mental Health Services. And no matter what challenges happen at our federal level, we're going to work with our partners at New York State level to continue that work. Many people know, but if you didn't know, our Commissioner Michael Orth is a leader recognized in the state as he chairs our mental health initiatives for the state of New York. So again, he's not just a superstar here in Westchester County, he leads that effort through the state of New York. And again, Westchester continues to be recognized for the fine work, because Commissioner Orth, Isabel, and certainly participants like Bonnie Clark and her family. So thank you so much for being here. At this time, we're going to turn over, but before we do that, we want to mention that today, in honor of International Transgender Day of Visibility, we launched the Seen, Safe, and Supported Westchester Stands With You campaign. This campaign is an initiative aimed at reminding gender-diverse residents who feel threatened, harassed, or in need of support they are not alone. Together, we celebrate visibility, promote understanding, and build a community where everyone can live authentically and without fear. Visibility is just the beginning. We want every transgender, gender nonconforming, non-binary, and intersex individual in our community to know that they have a safe place to turn, whether it's reporting discrimination, seeking resources, or simply feeling heard. We are here for you. The campaign is focused on making sure to remind everyone, if you need emergency assistance, always dial 911. If you're the victim of threats, harassments, or acts of violence, reach out to your local police department. If you're the victim of an incident of bias, hate, or discrimination, please call the Human Rights Commission at 914-995-9500, or email them at transhelp@westchestercountyny.gov, or report to your local police as well. Alternatively, you may file reports of bias, hate, or discrimination anonymously, or with your contact information at westchestergov.com/bias reporting. And again, we just have to keep reminding people that when we take the time to report incidents of bias, not the actual crimes, but when something's happening and we report that, we have an opportunity to take corrective actions. Again, we want to make sure that we are responding, not reacting to things, and this is the way that we can continue to move forward in this area. So on this International Day of Transgender Day of Visibility, we also want to make sure that everyone recognizes that, again, we just have all of our human family around us, and we need to make sure that everyone understands that we support everyone in Westchester County. And again, there's protected class individuals, which includes everyone that we have mentioned today so far, whether it is a person with a disability or with somebody's gender identification or any other set of things. We will stand up together as allies to make sure people feel seen and heard. With that, let me turn over to the Deputy County Executive to go through all things that are happening in the nationally accredited and award-winning park system.
Thank you, sir. You stole my line.
You can say it again. They like it.
No. Tomorrow's a big day for boat enthusiasts here in Westchester County. April 1st begins boat launch opening day in 2 parks. One is at Glen Island Park in New Rochelle. It's open daily, weather permitting, and provides access to Long Island Sound. It's unfortunately only for Westchester residents, so if you're from the Bronx or someplace else, you're not going to be able to launch your boat. It is for boats up to 21 feet long. There's parking and boat launch fees apply as well. You have to show proof of residency. And at our other facility in Montrose at George Islands Park, same rules and regulations, and we hope that people will enjoy good weather in the months ahead and can enjoy their boats out in the river again. Also happening this week, on Thursday, April 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., once again, the Farm to Fable program at Hilltop Hanover Farm Environmental Center in Yorktown. It's a wonderful program for children ages 3 to 6. They get an opportunity for combining storytelling with hands-on activities, and this event takes place indoors and will also continue April 10, 17, and 24. On Saturday, April 5th, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., we have the history and highlights of Lasden Tour at Lasden Park. The tour will include the Arboretum as well as the Veterans Memorial in Katona. A certified urban naturalist leads this walking tour. Stops include examining the William and Mildred Memorial Garden, the magnolia trees, lilacs, conifers, and azalea garden as well. Visitors also learn about the history of Lasden's main family. And finally, we have on April 5th, the tours of the Tarrytown Lighthouse in Sleepy Hollow at Kinglands Park. You can visit this historic site at 1883 Hudson River Lighthouse, and this will also continue throughout April, May, and June, and we'll continue to remind folks about those dates as they come up. Thank you, Mr. County Executive.
All right, and again, and I'm sorry I stole this line with the nationally accredited and award-winning park system, but the reality is that it's your park system. It's over 50 facilities, over 18,000 acres of parks that we have in Westchester County, and this is a perfect opportunity as we go into the spring to take advantage of them and some of the great programs that the Deputy County Executive rolled through. Want to make sure that you take advantage of that. And the last one was really important with the Kingsland Point Park lighthouse tours in Sleepy Hollow after the renovations that the county did at the Kingsland Point Park. Over $4 million, close to $4 million worth of work for that lighthouse, which, by the way, before there was a Tappan Zee Bridge, before there was an Mario M. Cuomo Bridge, that was what was used to direct and navigate ships through the Hudson River as they moved up or down the Hudson River. So again, it was a really important place, and again, an opportunity to take another look at history in Westchester County, which we have so much of. So thanks for watching, everyone. Today we went through having our friend and our colleague, the Tuckahoe Village Deputy Mayor Kara Cronin, on behalf of Mayor Elmira Andino, talk about all things Tuckahoe with the village trustee colleagues here in the room with her, giving her that level of support, Darrell Taylor and Josh Gassion, to make sure that we're rolling together in Tuckahoe, and she'll take advantage. Although she said it was the best food, I won't say that. I said all of the villages and town cities that we have so many tremendous opportunities, as we all like to say, like, look at me, I was like, take advantage of them, because there are great opportunities to do that, but there's so many good things coming up, including a brand new, a reopening of their Tuckahoe Village Library, which will come up shortly. We'll certainly let you know that as well. Understanding that we're moving into April being Autism Acceptance Month, and how important it is and critically important it is for us to not just to understand autism, have autism diagnosis, but have an acceptance of our family with autism. And Commissioner Michael Orth and the team spoke about that, and a valuable program that we continue to move forward with in Westchester that you can sign up by going onto our community mental health website, as well as giving a call to the Department of Community Mental Health, which is Project Lifesaver. And we're privileged to have Bonnie Clark tell us a specific example that's been utilized for her family to be able to deal and have more peace and understanding for themselves with a nonverbal autistic person. And I know we're trying to do so many different things. I know our colleagues on the Board of Legislators were looking at legislation with parking, driver's license and registrations in blue envelopes. We're really trying to work with the Department of Community Mental Health to figure out what things that we can do to help to support our autistic community. And again, we'll look forward to that. But Project Lifesaver is a lifesaver, and it works extremely well. Our household recycling days with Deputy Commissioner Lou Vitrone, and those are the household material things that you can't have picked up on the side of the curb. So no bringing, plastics, etc. For that. It is really our paper, except the paper that you want shredded at the Shredmobile. That will be there April 26th and May 3rd. Making sure you take a look at environment.westchestergov.com for all the information around that, what things you can bring and the things you can't bring to Household Recycle Day. And remember, pack your patience, because again, it is super, super popular. I know that, and there was only a chuckle from Lou Vitrone, because all of us get those emails, phone calls, etc. after Household Recycling Day. I think the average amount of people that go through them is somewhere near 4,000, right? So again, it could be a couple of hours depending on the time of day, and it may be more in different locations. But again, trying to make sure that you clean out that basement, go through the honey-do list and whatever things that you have going on, as well as taking advantage of some compost days. Again, go on the website for that. We reminded everyone about today being International Transgender Day of Visibility, and there's information that we have on the program that we launched today, which was Seen, Safe, and Supported. Westchester Stands With You campaign, which is really just enforcing our human rights laws that we have here in Westchester, those that are under protected classes. I wanted to wrap up with two things. One, I want to thank everyone who was available and was there with us, whether online or in person, for an inauguration yesterday at Westchester Community College. We certainly thank Dr. Belinda Miles and the Westchester Community College team, working with our communications team, our outstanding communication team, to make everything look so effortless. But I will tell you that there was a tremendous amount of work all of them put in here from the communications team, as well as many members that would volunteer to help to make a day a very, very exciting day for me. Certainly we had the Governor Hochul come through. Governor Hochul stopped by. U.S. Senator Chuck Schumer was there. Our Congressman and the 9th County Executive, George Latimer, was there. Our State Comptroller, Tom DiNapoli, was there. Our Attorney General sent greetings. Tish James, our U.S. Senator, Kirsten Gillibrand, sent video greetings. And certainly we want to make sure we give a shout out to Andrea Stewart-Cousins, Leader Stewart-Cousins, who was under the weather and had no voice, but she was able to record something earlier in the week. So we really appreciate everyone that participated with a tremendous poem that was created by Felicia Villanueva, who is our poet laureate for the Westchester County. So have an opportunity if you want to take a look again. It is online, as everything that we do here in Westchester County government is. And the last thing I'd like to say today is that we want to keep our friend Jerry Shapiro and her family. May her memory be a blessing as we continue to move forward. But again, we lost Jerry Shapiro, who was a great friend to so many people here in Westchester County. With that, I'm Ken Jenkins, County Executive. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon.